This is the Whiskey Sessions, a chance to hear creative process behind the music, a chance for musicians to let it ride and confess the life moments that spark their passions.
What other artists influence you?
Well, the first music I ever remember hearing was the Beatles. It was definitely a really big one. I'm in a really big Bob Dylan phase right now. Everyone who gets into my car is absolutely miserable because we listen to like the Bob Dylan discography like on repeat. That's a lot of music. I must do a lot of driving. But I love Nina Simone, Janis Joplin definitely. I think anything that is genuine, it just can really. I love watching Janis Joplin sing because you can absolutely see what she is feeling and feel what she is feeling. If you show me any artist that has that, I guarantee you I'll love it.
Do you feel like that's something you really want to try to portray in your music, is being genuine, like showing how you're feeling at that moment when you're playing
Absolutely.
a song?
I think that a lot of the music of today lacks that, and that's probably why I gravitate towards such older things. I mean, we take any old blues singer, he's hungry, he's poor, his family's dead. I mean, it's a real feeling. I feel like that's really hard to come by nowadays.
Do you think, even if maybe you haven't gone through some of those hardships, you think you can still kind of bring that feeling into your music?
I mean, everybody's gone through hardships. Like, I've definitely felt my share of bad times. Music helps me to feel better.
It helps you cope in certain ways.
Absolutely. I think making music or listening to music, any kind of art, is really a therapeutic experience.
What's the main female musician you think that kind of inspires you most? Which one?
I would say out of every female musician I've ever listened to, Billie Holiday is probably the biggest female influence for me. One of my biggest influences of all time. I mean, that is a person who has experienced such hardship. And I mean, even if you look at her vocal range wasn't particularly impressive, but just when you hear her sing a song, you can't ignore what's happening in front of you. This is a person feeling something.
Yeah, she was very powerful.
Oh my God, yeah.
Instrument-wise, if you could only play one instrument for the rest of your life, even if you can't play it now, what would it be?
Sitar is really cool. It's really heavy and big, and but it takes you to literally another world, like when you listen to it. I think I was first exposed to the instrument when I heard Norwegian wood. I guess it's really hard to play though. Like, you have to be trained for years to play it. And it's a religious instrument, so you have to be, I guess, respectful when you play it, and it's a whole ordeal. If I was patient, I think I'd pick it up.
The next song you're going to play.
I will play for you a song called the Gimme Gimme Blues.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
It's a song, it is a blues song, and it is about sex and wanting some sex. It's about that, I guess. me some sugar, baby, and I'll give you some too. So give me some sugar, baby, and I'll give you some too.
Being from Massachusetts, do you is your music influenced at all from being from Massachusetts?
I would say so. I live in a pretty artistic community. Mostly folk. It's kind of split into two things. Northampton is very folk music, and then Western Massachusetts is known for its hardcore scene. So growing up, I had a lot of interesting things going on around me. I never quite fit into any one of them.
And so, where's your inspiration come from for the songs you write?
Well, I guess in general, as an artist, I think it's really important to acknowledge the things that came before you. You wouldn't have anything if it wasn't for the blues or for jazz or even classical music. So, I mean, I try and take that into consideration. Just be respectful of the things that came before, so I'd say I have a very retro feel.
Where can people find out more about you and the websites, things like that?
Okay, you can buy the album Virgin on Bandcamp. I believe it's lexiweege.bandcamp.com. Go to Reverb Nation and a YouTube and a Facebook, a Twitter, and an email address.
And it's all Lexi Weege?
Just Lexi Weege, Lexi, space, Weege. Thank you so much for having me here on the Whiskey Sessions.